Hello, welcome to the Tuckered Mama podcast. I'm your host, Sammy Collins. If you missed last week's episode, we talked about Valentine's Day last week. I would love for you to follow along with me on social media through Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I will be posting actual videos of baskets that I put together for my kids this year, Valentine's baskets and bags that we did for my daughter's friends, my gift ideas for my husband. I'll be posting all of those throughout the next couple of weeks on my social media. All of the clothes and goodies that you can find at Walmart, I will also be posting all of the individual items that they actually had in store for you to buy, especially locally here in Tucker. You can buy them online as well. I'll have links to all of that. So if you missed last week's episode, be sure to check that one out, all about Valentine's Day. And welcome to today's episode. We are going to be discussing the difference between my two favorite places to go on a cold day, especially in January, the Mall of Georgia and Sugarloaf Mills Mall. These two malls have been so fun for me and my family. We love to get out and find something to do, even if it's just walking around the mall. There's so many things that you can do at these malls, and I'm here to share with you all of the details and all of the research that I've found and my own experiences. Let's dive right in. Looking over at my notes, first up is going to be the Mall of Georgia. So the Mall of Georgia opens at 10 a.m. But if you are a morning person and you feel like going on a walk, getting a little workout with your kids, strap them into that stroller and take them to the mall 1 hour before the mall stores open. The actual mall is open. So again, Mall of Georgia opens at 10. This means that you can go walk at 9 a.m. before any of the stores even open. Then you have time to shop as well. Sundays, the Mall of Georgia opens at 12. So that means that you can go in at 11 o'clock to do your walk, and then you guys can grab a bite to eat for lunch and then head home for a nap. It's the perfect indoor walking space. Walking inside the mall is about 1 mile per floor, is what I found in my research. The whole perimeter, including all of the shortcuts, exploring the borders, all of the nooks and crannies. At the Mall of Georgia, they have an indoor playground. And I'm not talking about something similar to Catch Air or Boomerang downtown. This is an actual playground that you would see at a park, but inside the mall. It's in the walkway right down by Von Mar. So if I were you, this is what I do. I park down by Von Mar. We enter in through the mall entrance that's on the side to the right of Von Mar. Right when you walk in, they have little carts that you can rent if you wanted to, if you didn't have your stroller with you. We've done that before. We've forgotten our stroller. They have little carts that you can rent that are little toy cars that kids can drive. There is a kids' toy store right there. And then when you walk in, the playground structure is right there. The indoor playground play area is wonderful because they have seats all around it. So you can really view your kids from any angle at this really long playground. And they also have places where you can eat and sit down. Also, right next to the playground, on the weekends only, they have the train ride. My daughter loves to take a train ride. We've done it a time or two. Not every time, because it is between $5 and $10. I'm not sure why the prices change on that, so don't hold me to that. But sometimes I've gone and they charged me $5, and sometimes they've charged me $10. Not really sure the reasoning. Guess whoever's working that day. It could have been peak seasons when we did it. We did it at Christmas time. Maybe that was the reason. Not sure. But anyways, there is a train ride that goes around about half the mall. And I would say it's about 5, maybe 6 minutes long through the mall. You've also got a trampoline area. Not a trampoline park, but there are 2 trampoline pads set up that a man is working, and you can go and pay for that experience. It's $20 for 5 minutes, and then I believe it's $25 for 7 minutes. The guy is really fun. We've only done it once, but he took my daughter by her feet and was able to bounce her super high, and she loved the rush and the adrenaline it gave her. That was really fun to watch her experience and hear her little giggle. The toy store that is right next to the playground has tons of Montessori activities and a lot of the Melissa and Doug products as well. There's tons of Squishmallows. There's tons of kitchen play areas, Funko Pops if you are into collecting those. It is a wonderful little toy store to check out while you're there as well. If you keep walking down towards the food court is in the middle of the mall, right next to where the movie theater is on the 4th floor. and then the food court is on your main level. So the main level food court has Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks, Chick-fil-A, Great American Cookies, Fat Tuesday, Pizza Joint. There's a Chinese and a Japanese restaurant. There is the Farmer's Basket, which is soul food. There's a Popeyes. There's K-pop corn dogs, Taco Bell, Euros and wings. There's sushi. There's Starbucks. And then there's the Annie Ann's pretzels. All of this can be found inside the food court. We love to go to the food court because we all want something different and all of us are so picky. So it's a great opportunity for us to all get what we want and still have a meal together. We always like to sit right in front of the carousel. There is a carousel right in the middle of the food court, right next to the elevator. The carousel ride is about 5 minutes and it's $5 per ride. Per rider. Even if we don't ride on the carousel, we always sit right there and the kids just love watching the lights going around. It's very whimsical and the music that they play is fun to listen to. If you're going to the Mall of Georgia for some window shopping, I am a huge window shopper. I like to look at something, oh, that's cute. I'm going to put that back on the hanger for now. I'm going to think about it and come back. And half the time I don't return, or I might go back home and shop it online. So some window stores that you can check out, especially for kids' places to shop. They have a children's place at the Mall of Georgia. They have Old Navy. Old Navy has the cutest kids collections if you have not checked that out. Gap for kids is also there. There's a Claire's. There's H&M for kids, Journeys Kids, Kids Foot Locker, Macy's Kids, Miss A, and I'm not sure if you know about this, but Toys R Us is now inside of Macy's. Macy's bought all of the Toys R Us's, so you can go check out that. I believe it is actually on the 3rd floor inside the Macy's. It's on a completely different floor than you would normally find. You might want to check right next to the elevator or escalator, the little sign, or ask somebody where it's at. But you can find tons of toys there, like a Toys R Us. Also at the Mall of Georgia, you can find a Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear is great because you can take your kids on their birthdays and you pay for the birthday bear of the year. They have a different bear every year that comes out. You can pay for that birthday bear the age that your child is turning. So for instance, we took my daughter on her 2nd birthday with one of her little best friends, and both of the girls were able to get a $2 bear. Plus, of course, we had to buy some outfits for them. So that was really fun to experience. They get to go through the whole process of finding their heart that goes inside their bear, kissing it, and then they have a whole little spiel that they give you that is, rub the bear's heart on your head for some knowledge and give it a big warm hug and rub it on your hands for care, and this whole little script that they run through for your kids, and they just think it's the coolest thing ever. You stuff the heart inside the bear and then they get to press on the button to fill up the bear. So that's a really fun experience to go through. They have a Barnes & Noble at the Mall of Georgia, and if you have not checked out this Barnes & Noble, this one is huge. And the children's area is so, so nice. There's a little stage that the kids can play at. And it's just really comforting in there to me. It feels like I'm actually at home reading a book. And the selection is unreal at this Barnes & Noble. Now, there is an actual indoor playground similar to Catch Air and Boomerang at the Mall of Georgia called Billy B's. Billy B's is an indoor play area with a trampoline section, a ball pit, climbing structures. The prices for Billy B's, according to their website, is between $15 and $23, depending on your kid's age. There is also an area inside of Billy B's that is big kids versus the younger kids, like the babies. So I'm guessing that they have a toddler area. I personally have never been to Billy B's. I'm hoping to partner with them in the future and go check it out for you guys and then give them a review here on the podcast. Another thing that you can do that my daughter loves to do is the coin-operated kiddie rides. There are 2 areas inside this mall that they have the little coin slot a Chuck E. Cheese kind of little cars that you ride, and rocket ships and a speedboat and a school bus. There's tons of little kiddie rides. There are 4 in one area over by Von Mar, right next to the trampoline pads I was telling you about. And that is also where the Bass Pro Shop is. There is also another area over by the Macy's entrance that also has the kiddie coin operated rides. Then the last 2 things I wanted to mention to you about this mall is the movie theater. The movie theater is on the 4th floor right above the food court. We have not gone to this movie theater ourselves, but it looks amazing and it's grand, and it's also something else you could do with your kids while you're there. Then right outside the movie theater and the food court area is a splash pad. So in the summertime, they have a wonderful, really big circle splash pad. And then right behind the splash pad going towards the parking lot, before you get to the big open area where they screen movies sometimes, there is an outdoor playground. So not only do you have the indoor playground that I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, there is also an actual outdoor playground. It is more of an organic playground with natural bumps and slides and tunnels that you can do outdoors. And then if you walk further past that, still going towards the parking lot, you have this big open green space where they oftentimes show movies. Sometimes I've seen live music being advertised over there. And then you walk through another giant sidewalk, and then you're at the parking lot. So all of this between the food court and the actual parking spots, there are 3 different things you can do right there. There's the splash pad, the playground, and then like the movie entertainment area. My daughter also loves an escalator ride. That's always fun and free. Just literally, if they're under 2, take them on the escalator. She loved to go up and down so many times. She thought she was on a ride. So that wraps up for the Mall of Georgia. Now let's dive in over to Sugarloaf Mills Mall, formerly known as Discover Mills Mall. Sugarloaf Mills Mall, also like the Mall of Georgia, opens at 10 a.m., except for Sundays they open at 11. So that means 1 hour before these 2 times, you can go in and you can walk the mall as well. Walking this mall, it is all one level. You don't have to go up any stairs or any escalators. The full lap around this mall, according to their website, is 1.5 miles long. So the 1-story building, all the nooks and crannies, 1.5 miles. Inside this Sugarloaf Mills Mall, you can find Dave & Buster's, which is an indoor arcade place. They also have a bowling alley there and food. So if you haven't been to a Dave & Buster's, you got to check that out. My daughter she's only 3, and she loves to go in there and just literally sit on all the rides. No coins, no cost to us. We just go in and she runs around and plays and looks at all the lights. It's very overstimulating and overwhelming, but she loves it, and it kind of gets her energy out for about 10 minutes, and then we continue walking through the mall. So walking through the mall, you can also find cosmic glow-in-the-dark golf in play. The little putt-putt area is glow-in-the-dark, and it's got a little play structure also inside of there. There is an actual trampoline park at this mall called Altitude. Altitude has different monthly packages, which is great. They all range from $11 to $21, including the adult passes. You get more or less time depending on the package that you chose. Like the first one, I believe, is only 60 minutes for the $11 a month pass. And then going up from there, I think it jumps to 90 minutes and then 120 minutes. And then different features are also included, like whether you need an extra adult pass or you need the playground area, because this trampoline park also has a playground area, so an indoor playground similar to Boomerang, Catch Air, Billy Bees. They have an indoor playground there inside the trampoline park. So depending on which pass you get, you can do the whole trampoline experience plus the playground. The monthly passes, I will say, according to their website, are only Monday through Thursday. So keep that in mind when you go and you want to get a monthly pass. For me, that works out great because I've got young kids, and those are the only days I want to go anyways. The weekends, if you chose to go on the weekends, the daily single day admission pricing is anywhere from $14 to $24. Again, depending on how long you want to jump. and how long and which play area you want to do, the trampoline and the playground or just the trampoline park. Sugarloaf Mills Mall, you've got Medieval Times, Dinner and Jousting Tournament Show. This is a great birthday idea. I have not done this since I was in high school. And if you're looking for somewhere fun and unique and different to take your kid for their birthday, this might be fun for you. This is a 4-course dinner meal with a show going on of knights who joust, and they are competing for the hand of the princess at the end. I'm sure it's a wonderful experience, especially for birthdays. If you were looking to do something special and unique, this would probably be really fun. At Sugarloaf Mills Mall, there is pottery painting. You can pick out your own pre-made pottery and paint them, and then they will fire it up and you can pick it up within a week. There's also an actual pottery making studio that you can make pottery from scratch. I have not done that experience, but it's always been something on my to-do list. I love being crafty with my hands and doing any sort of crafts. Another really cool thing that they have is Color Sling. This is a great creative outlet that you can go and do splatter paint. The splatter paint experience, you just throw paint against the wall on a canvas and you have to wear these special outfits to make sure you don't get paint on your clothes. It looks like a lot of fun. You can see people doing it from the walkway. There is also a Books A Million. So they don't have a Barnes & Noble at this mall, but the Books A Million that is here is also very, very cool to check out. It's right next to Altitude. The Books A Million here has tons of collectible items, not only a giant bookstore and a huge, wonderful selection of children's books, but there's something for everybody here. My husband likes to go in there because he likes to look at the records that they have. They have a huge records section, huge section for concert posters. There are tons of knickknacks there, collectible items from Beetlejuice to Friends to Bluey to Sonic to you name it. They have all the collectibles that you can think of. This is a really great store to also check out and wander through and window shop. Speaking of window shopping, if you want to window shop at this mall, shopping for kids, there is Carter's, there is Burlington Coat Factory, there's a Claire's, there's a Five Below, there is the Lego Store, Miss A, Old Navy Outlet, Ross, Shoe Department, the Children's Place, and American Eagle. As far as food goes in the food court here at Sugarloaf Mills Mall has gyros and wings. They have Chinese, Japanese, they have Popeyes, they have Taco Bell, Panda Express, Subway, Annie Ann's, Burger King, Charlie's Philly Cheesesteaks, a Cinnabon, Cold Stone Creamery, Mr. Cow's Corn Dogs, Dairy Queen, Dippin' Dots, Soul Food, a Jamaican restaurant, a Mexican grill, and a Red Crawfish seafood restaurant. Lots of options, not only inside the food court, but also walking around the mall. There's also other restaurants you can check out. I listed all of them that they offer here, but some of them you may have to walk around the mall on the perimeter to find. Also inside this mall, they have right in the middle of the food court another carousel. So we like to grab our food and sit next to the carousel as well at this one and watch it go round and round. This one is also $5 per rider. They have a toddler play area inside the mall as you're walking around, similar to where you would see one of those little like sunglass pop-up kiosk stores. They have a children's little, I would say, toddler area. It's not really meant for big kids. It's probably meant for mostly 3 and under. 3 might even be pushing it. It's a baby area, but it's really great. It's timed as well, and I believe it's like $5 for 10 minutes and $10 for 20 minutes or somewhere along those lines. And we've only done it once or twice, but it's right next to the t-shirt making shop, and they have a ball pit, and the whole area is all foam, so soft padding. It's great for babies in that area. The last 2 things I wanted to mention about this mall were the coin operated kiddie rides, similar to what I said at the Mall of Georgia. My daughter loves to just play on them without even having to pay for them. And then they also have a movie theater at this mall, and this movie theater is pretty large. We have not actually experienced it, but we are looking forward to going to see Zootopia 2 very soon that came out, and I hope that that is her first experience that we can go there. Both of these malls also have the trampoline pads. The trampoline pads for Sugarloaf Mills Mall are right next to the movie theater. So that wraps up today's episode comparing the two malls. I hope that this was informative to you. I hope that you learned something new. I would love to hear from you on any of my social medias. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and email. My email is thetuckeredmama@gmail.com. My handle on everything is the Tuckered Mama. I would love to hear from you and your experiences. Looking ahead at what's to come, I will be reviewing indoor playgrounds such as Catch Air, Billy Bees, Kids Avenue, Boomerang, and Funville Factory. My dear friend Mary will be coming on the podcast as my very first guest. We will be talking everything from pregnancy to birth, all the in-betweens, real talk, real moms, sharing our experiences and how her pregnancy is going. This is her third pregnancy, so looking really forward to interviewing her and hopefully having her on here as a regular. That wraps up today. Thanks for listening from one Tuckered Mama to another. See ya.